What's up everyone, this is DJ. I had quite a few people ask me if they could power their Fire TV Stick 4K or the 4K Max from the TV's USB port, and will it be safe to do so? So in today's video, I will be answering that question and also explain the pros and cons of doing so. So let's get right to it. Alright, so now before we begin, in this video I'm going to be using the 4K stick, which is in the bottom of the screen, and then on the top there will be the 4K Max. Both of them are powered by the TV's USB port, but we'll talk about the different setups here in a minute. Alright, so let's start with why would somebody want to power their Fire TV device through the TV's USB port instead of using the power adapter that comes with it. One reason will be for aesthetics. You get a cleaner look by not seeing any wires hanging from the back of the TV. Another reason could be the outlet's too far and the wire doesn't reach. Or it can be as simple as there's just no available outlet to plug your Fire TV device. All these will be a legit reason for someone wanting to power their Fire TV device through the TV's USB port. But could you? Let's talk about that. The short answer would be yes, but it does come with some risks. Most TVs come with a USB 2.0 port that will output 5 volts half amp, which is the standard for a USB 2.0. And it is enough to power the Fire TV stick to run smoothly for most of the time. The Fire Stick usually requires less than a half amp to run for daily use, and a lot of people have been using their Fire Stick without any issues while it's connected to the TV's USB port. But there are times that the power consumption fluctuates, and it can exceed a half amp that the TV's USB port cannot provide. If we take a look at the power adapter that comes with the Fire TV Stick 4K, you will see that it outputs 5 volts 1 amp, which is double from the TV's USB port. And there is a reason why it outputs that much. Now I know a lot of you will say, but you just said it uses less than a half amp to run, so what's the problem here? There's a few things that can potentially cause a problem here. The first thing will be when the Fire Stick does require more than a half amp to run certain tasks, and it will not be able to receive sufficient power from the TV's USB port. To better understand what I mean when I say certain tasks, if we go to the 4K Max settings, and we're going to scroll down to My Fire TV, select that, and we're going to go to About, and we're going to scroll down to, for me it says Install an Update, for you it should say Check for an Update. But as soon as I land on Install Update, as you can see here, we get this warning message that the 4K Max is not receiving enough power that it will need to check, or in this example, to install an update. This is when peak power usage tends to happen. Once the update is downloaded, then it needs to unpack it, read, and write all the data it received. Now, what would happen if I proceed to install the update? Well, there's the potential that the 4K Max can unexpectedly restart during the update because the USB port could not provide enough power to the Fire Stick. This could result, at best scenario, the Fire TV will not work correctly due to certain files did not get to install, and all you will need to do is factory reset it. And at worst, the Fire Stick will not work at all. It will be stuck at boot up displaying the Fire TV logo, and then you will need to replace it. This could also happen when you turn off your TV, which brings us to problem number 2. Now in this example, as you can see in front of the TV, I got a headphone stand that has a built-in light in the middle, and it's connected to the TV's USB port, and both of them are off right now. Now most TVs, when you turn them off, they will also cut the power to the USB port, or some TVs when they're sitting idle for a long period of time. Since there's no way of knowing when your Fire Stick will be updating its software, you are risking damaging your Fire Stick if you turn off the TV and it happens to be in the middle of installing a system or a component update. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that a lot of maintenance and background tasks happen while the Fire Stick is in sleep mode. All the Fire TV devices are designed that way, so when you go to use it, they're ready to go. If the Fire Stick is always powered off with your TV, it never gets that chance to run those tasks. This means it will have to run the tasks next time you turn on your TV again, which will result in your Fire Stick running a little slow when you're trying to use it, since it will be competing for the device's resources. The longer it stays off, the longer it will take to perform those tasks, and the longer it will perform sluggish. So that will be in a way the bad news and some risks that potentially can happen for using the TV's USB port. So now let's talk about who should use the TV's USB port and how to use it safely. If your TV has a USB port that is always powered even when the TV is off, then this will reduce the risk of cutting the power to the Fire Stick while it's in the middle of an update. And at the same time, it will allow the Fire Stick to run all its maintenance tasks when you're not using it. Now, that may solve the problem with having constant power, but what about providing enough power to the Fire Stick whenever it needs it? Then I would recommend using this USB power cable by Mission Cables. It's the only one certified by Amazon for use with Fire TV sticks. The way it works is it has a battery built in that charges from the TV's USB port and stores excess power. And then when the Fire Stick requires more power, the adapter will release it. So if you go over to my Fire Stick, this is the 4K. And then when you go down to My Fire TV, go to About. And now if we go over to Install Update, you can see we did not get a warning over here like we did before. So even if I click on Install Update, there's no issue over here. It has enough power that the Fire Stick requires to install that update. And that's it. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this can only provide the extra power while the TV is on, and if the TV's USB port is always powered. If the USB port is not powered all the time, then the battery in this adapter will drain in a matter of minutes once you turn off the TV. Then you will need to turn the TV on and give it a few minutes to charge the battery again, so it can provide more power when the Fire Stick requires it. Personally, I will only recommend connecting your Fire TV stick to the TV's USB port, only if it's powered all the time, or at least if you're using this USB power cable by Mission Cables. This way you can be assured that your Fire Stick will perform as intended, and also not risking damaging it. I will leave a link in the description below for this USB power cable if you're interested in buying one. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, one link will be my Amazon affiliate link, which I will receive a commission if you choose to use it. It does not cost you anything, it just gives me a little something to cover some of my expenses. And then I will leave a direct link to the product with no affiliation or commission to me. On a little side note here, as you saw earlier in the video, both the 4K stick and the 4K Max had an update that needed to be installed. For the 4K stick, I installed the update while I was recording this video, and the 4K Max I did a little later off camera. After both Fire Sticks were restarted, I noticed a glitch in the settings menu. As you can see here, this is the 4K stick where the navigation bar is sitting in the middle of the screen. And the same thing will happen with the 4K Max, which you will see in a second. Now, so far I haven't noticed any performance issues with either one of the Fire Sticks, other than the navigation bar sitting in the middle of the screen. But if I do find any issues, I will post that in the description below or make another video. Alright, I think that should cover everything today. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comment section below, and I will answer everybody's question as soon as possible. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It does let YouTube know you like what I do here, and it does help my channel grow. Also click on subscribe and the little bell icon to get notified of any new video upload. Thank you for watching. This is DJ. Till next time.